If you haven't had a conversation that was amazing, fantastical, revelatory, engaging, exciting, you need to go and have one. A conversation is a beautiful thing because it's an opportunity to get to know the other person that you're speaking with, but also get to know yourself. What I like about conversations is that if they're truly engaging, if both parties are truly present, you get to understand what another person thinks about the things that you are questioning or the things that you're struggling with. It's not enough to struggle with issues on your own. It's not even noble to go through life trying to solve a problem on your own. It's not. Whoever told you it was, lied to you. Rather, what's interesting and actually more challenging but fun is to try to solve that problem with another person. And that's what a conversation allows for. It allows the opportunity for two people to solve a problem in real time with each other. And conversations are essential to our health, but most importantly, it's essential to the fabric of our society. It's essential to the fundamental foundation of a democracy. Now, I don't want to get all sociological here, for I want to keep this idea in the interpersonal realm. However, I think it's interesting to note that a democracy does not function well if people cannot communicate their ideas, their ideologies, their values, and their beliefs. Every politician you've heard, ever, every politician, the reason why they're so interesting, the reason why they're so attractive, is because they're able to communicate as though they're talking to you as an individual, their ideas, their morals, their principles, their values, their hopes, their aspirations, right? So a conversation, when it's done right, when two people are truly present and truly engaged, and they're curious about where the conversation might go, and they're not trying to impose or add or assume something about the conversation or the direction of the conversation, but they're just truly curious and truly ambiguous to what could happen. A conversation can be the most magical, the most fantastical experience you can ever have. You can ever have. It is beautiful. It is truly transcendental. It's up there with taking some kind of substance. I am sure about that because I've had plenty of conversations that felt so good, so real, that I walked away feeling like I just had a religious experience. Swear to God, I am being so honest right now. And so I understand that it's hard to have those kind of experiences with people, especially when we look at the proliferation of social media and technology. Social media have really robbed us of the opportunity to really have the kind of conversation that I'm talking about. The kind of conversation where you really truly see the other person for who they are. You see their reverence, you see their essence and their beauty, and you accept it, and you engage with it, and you embrace it. There's no other experience like it. So technology and social media have made it extremely difficult to have those kind of moments. You almost have to mortgage your technology. You have to set them aside in order to have the kind of conversation or conversational experience that I'm transcribing. And I don't mean to be prescriptive here, but I really truly believe that having a conversation where both parties are present can solve so many things, can solve so many issues, so many problems. Issues like depression, issues like fear, anxiety, and it can also solve large macro social issues, right? Issues dealing with race, issues dealing with indifference, issues dealing with hatred. These large issues can be solved by having a meaningful conversation with another person. Yes, I truly believe that's true. I truly believe it is. How do we do that? How do we cultivate those kind of conversations in the midst of social media and other forms of distractions? I think the way we can go about that is just setting those things aside. Yes, just set them aside. Just put them away for a second. Now, I'm not the person to suggest that we need to get rid of social media, or we need to get rid of technology, or we need to get rid of all forms of entertainment. No, absolutely not. I love my cell phone. I do. Absolutely love my iPhone. I can't live without it. And why should I? But I also understand that such technology is sometimes a distraction from what's really meaningful. And that is having a conversation, being engaged, being present. When you're present, when you're engaged, when you're truly in a state of being, when you've truly self-actualized, when you've truly accepted yourself, and you're showing that in a conversation in a way that's warm and inviting, that is so attractive. It is the most attractive thing that you can do. It transcends good looks. When somebody is engaged, when somebody that you're speaking to is present and they're listening to you. And they're not listening to you in a way that they're listening to you like most people do, where they're just waiting for you to finish so they can tell you what they really think. No, instead they're listening to you in the way that suggests that they understand you, that they're interested in your ideas. They're interested in your curiosities. They're interested in the experiences that you've had. They're interested in who you are, who you were, who you came to be, and where you're going. They're interested in all of that. To have a conversation with that kind of person is the most life-changing encounter you can have. It is truly amazing. And I'm not being romantic here. I'm not romanticizing, a kind of sublime experience that may or may not be achievable. Absolutely not. Because I've experienced this. I've had conversations with people where, because I was truly present and I was truly listening to the person, I felt good. I felt revitalized. I felt like there was hope in the world. I felt that. It's real. It's possible. We can achieve it. If we think we can't achieve it, that's probably because we've accepted that people are cynical, people are selfish, people are doing things from a place of malice, people are only interested in their own self-worth. And I feel like the reason why we may have such ideas is because we haven't given ourselves the opportunity to challenge those ideas by being present, by being in the moment. And I mean being in the moment. I don't mean being in a moment like an Instagram post. No, I mean being in the moment, like you're looking at the person in the eyes, you're close, you're nodding, you're tilting your head, you're putting your hand on your chin, you're thinking, right? You know what it looks like when somebody is truly engaged. They feel you, not in an abstract oracular sort of way. No, they feel you. It's an energy thing. And you can sense that. And there's something really beautiful about somebody who feels you, who understands you. Because then you can open up, you can be honest, you can be your real self. And I think the reason why there's a lax amount of authenticity is because we are afraid to be open. But most importantly, because the people that we are engaged in conversation with are not listening to us. They're not truly giving us their time. And so why should we be open? Why should we be authentic? Why should we be honest if the person that we're talking to, or talking with rather, are not present? They're not valuing us. They're not valuing the uniqueness of who we are. Everybody is truly unique. Everyone is so different. And to not pay attention to that, to not cherish that, is to really go against go against everything that's real. Because what's real is acknowledging the authenticity, the uniqueness of people, rather than being distracted by social media or being distracted by the task that we have to complete or the mountain of things that we have to do. I get it. There's a time and a place for that. But at the same time, there's a time and a place for having a real, meaningful conversation. I think that's all I have to say.